welcome to the Naughty Corner Gaming, where we're going to help you make poor life choices when it comes to your hobby. Today's comment question, where I am curious about what you think about skirmish wargaming. Is it your go-to, or are you more into the large grand scale games of 40k and Age of Sigmar, the Old World and similar games, Kings of War? Or are you more of a skirmish with a small model count? Because today, we're going to show you a new skirmish game. In today's video, we want to bring you the awesome game that is Shatterpoint by Atomic Mass Games. These are the people that have created Marvel Crisis Protocol, and you'll see some similarities between this, but also took over X-Wing and Legion as well as part of their new IP with Asmodee. So, why are we talking Shatterpoint and what's so good about it? Well, first of all, Star Wars. We like Star Wars. And realistically, this is a skirmish game set in the Star Wars universe, and you have a range of actions and things to do, but mainly it's the mechanics that get it for me. In Shatterpoint, you and an opponent will take on the struggles of the Empire and the Rebels in a game on a 3x3 battle map. Each round, of which there is typically 3, less someone wins, in 2 rounds, is control points. These control points and these objectives are active or inactive, and your locus of control is based on these. There is also a constantly shifting primary objective, which is worth double points. Now I think, this isn't really that different to any other game that I play. There's objectives, there's some movement shenanigans and all this sort of thing. And to a certain degree, I'd agree with you on that. But with Shatterpoint, we have something called the struggle. Now, this is a mechanic I'm familiar with from God Tier. And in this, effectively, each round you score points. And this will move the struggle tracker towards your side of the... to your side. That's easy. And the aim is to get it all the way over to your side, and there'll be things you can do to balance out that mechanic and, kill some models to make it in your favour. These will add little black cubes, which will then make your life that little bit easier getting to that objective. Now, that sounds a little bit different, but here's where the real thing gets in. If it's starting to look a little bit lopsided, all is not lost, and that's the key thing for me here. At the end of your turn, when the struggle cube moves, if it doesn't get into the middle or to your side, you get an additional little cube, which means then your chance of winning in that round dramatically increases. So with that, I think we should look at some of the miniatures. So we've got some of the boxes here. This is a game where if I was to show you my garage, unfortunately, there is everything. And I'm not going to lie, there is everything. I have every box release for it. I am well into this game, and the only thing that's limiting me slightly is time. So please do expect to see some games of this on the channel in the not too distant future. I want to highlight that I feel that Shatterpoint is a fairly straightforward game. There is a total of 4 conditions that you can add to your opponent, whereas in other games like Marvel Crisis Protocol, there's 13. In Malifaux, another skirmish game that we find very popular, particularly with our community, there's like 11 or 12. So from a simplicity point of view, it's a lot more straightforward, and this is something that should be revelled in, because although it has a low barrier to entry, I feel that in actual fact the ceiling can be quite high when you're doing complicated plays and messing around with things like that. With each game and each model, you get a card that indicates that type of model. There is primary, secondary, and then there is support units, of which in a normal game you'll pick 2 strike teams, effectively, and they were made up of a primary, secondary, and support, primary, secondary, and support. There is allegiances and things like that where you can actually influence and have benefits for those units for playing in theme, which is again another really popular take for me. But there is a range of everything is on the card. So you get your character card, and then with that, well, this is not the correct one, you also get basically a weapon profile. Okay, and on this, depending on if it's a primary, secondary, or support, it might be double-sided, which you can flip. And now with most dice games, the difference in the the dice results are the damage by an artifact. This allows you to go steps down a tree. So this, again, adds a layer of complexity because, as you can see, these all have different structures. Okay, the only thing to be aware of is you have to go from left to right. You can't go backwards, and any extra successes are effectively lost. You also have some abilities which will allow you to change results and mimic them for different things. Mission play is really straightforward. All you're trying to do is score your objectives for that turn, okay, and that will require you to do actions and move around. We'll do more on how to play actual Shatterpoint as videos and more things progress for the channel, but this is just a quick overview for you. Different when it comes to Shatterpoint. In Shatterpoint you have attack and defense dice. Attack dice are seen as d8s, and these have a crit symbol, a hit symbol, a failure, and then a surge conversion, which will allow you to do extra bonuses and tricks. The defense dice is a d6, and again has a block, a fail, a defensive surge, and then a complete and utter failure. There is no crit defense in this. This game you can make beautiful battlefields using their terrain sets that are already released. These are the take cover and high terrain packs. You do get some of this in the set, and obviously we'll show you some of that stuff shortly. But the idea here is that you can have battles going over multiple levels, and you can use lots of different characters to represent that from different eras and periods. It's slowly getting there. We've kind of got some of the sort of Clone Wars, and we've got some of the original series now. So we're getting around to what we're interested in now. But obviously, as you can see here, we do already have the Ewoks, and that is probably the next thing on the Paint project. So do look out for a video on that in the not too distant future. So I hope you have had your interest piqued, and that the naughty corner is helping you to make better life choices. We'll see. Until next time.